as of right now, he's untouchable. You ain't touching him. He touching you.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to Redacted Show. I'm your host, Wafiq, or Feek, with my co-host, my other host.
Co-host Day to Day in the building. And we're back for episode 115. We got a lot to talk about. Well, not a lot to talk about, but a lot of the same things to talk about. A lot of new content that's came out, some current watches that we've been doing. But before we get into any of that, we want to make sure we shout out all the subscribers. Shout out all 85 of y'all. It's really going to be a undone. And we're just only going to keep going. So make sure you guys continue to support us. Continue to get everyone in your circle subscribed. And we also appreciate all the engagement in the TikTok Reels and TikTok and IG Reels. We did post one recently that went pretty viral. So we do appreciate all the support and viewership on that. So just keep sharing those, keep engaging in those. We're going to keep giving out more content. So with that being said, before we get into any of that, I mean, what have you been watching in your downtime, in your free time?
So current,
you really watch TV?
I mean, outside of watching the Heat lose,
Man, that was a crazy ass game. Like that was. I said this in the chat. Like that was terrible game. Like none of those teams deserve to be in the playoffs. Respectfully, I'm glad I'm glad Charlotte lost soon after that. And yeah, maybe Miami would have put up a better fight, but it was just like they just needed to not make it. Like give themselves a break.
Like Miami just reminds me of like the Steelers. Like they get to the playoffs and then they just lose, and it makes me so mad as a. I guess I'm a Miami fan still. Who knows? I mean, I like Miami and the Rockets, but outside of that, actual TV, good TV I've been watching. Shrinking, so that's on Apple TV. That's created by who is it? It's created by Bill Lawrence and Jason Segel. And it stars Jason Segel. So the premise of the show pretty much is they're not lawyers. They're shrinks, so they're therapists. But it's also going through their lives. I would say it's I don't want to say down to earth comedy. It's 100% a comedy. Harrison Ford is in there. Harrison Ford is one of the funniest people, like actors currently, that I've been watching. I think he would have did. This is a side note. I think he would have did great in what is the movie that just came out with Taken's actor.
Oh, it was like a remake to the original. I know exactly what you're talking about. I think it was like A Naked Gun.
A Naked Gun. Harrison Ford in that role would have went insane. But back to Shrinking. So pretty much the premise of the show, like I said, they're therapists. You're seeing them interact with their I want to say customers, their patients.
Clients.
But also you're going through their lives, and it's very funny. Jason Segel, they kill it. Harrison Ford kills it. It's one character on there. He's a main character, but I guess you say he's a side character. He's the husband of Jason Segel's neighbor, and his name is Derek. Derek is the funniest person on this show. He doesn't have like a lot of lines, but every time he comes on the screen, he says like one-liners. I be in there crying, laughing. It's a very great show. It's a very good show.
It's good. It's good. I don't know if you had any more.
Outside of that, what else? Friends and Neighbors, also on Apple TV, with John Hamm. Great show. It's the second season right now. Quick overview of the show. John Hamm is he's in finance, and he ends up losing his job, and he ends up pretty much becoming a kleptomaniac. He starts robbing people. He started robbing his neighbors, and you get to see that journey unwind, and it's entertaining.
That's crazy. But for me, not too much. So my girlfriend and fan, we started watching this show. It's you would have a kick at it. It's like a live like reality TV, but it's a show called Jury Duty. I don't know if you've heard it. It's on like Prime. And it's the second season. I haven't seen the first season, but it's the second season. And basically, for the people that don't know about this show, it's this season. It's this guy who gets hired on this company. It's this made up company because the premise is everyone is a paid actor, and it's pretty much all an inside joke except for one person who doesn't know he's part of this elaborate comedy skit, basically. So in this season, it's this guy who gets hired on to this hot sauce company, and they're on a company retreat. And when I tell you, this shit had us crying. Like we only do episode 3. We're gonna finish it when we all come back with each other during Thanksgiving. But me and Shay, we were talking about watching that first season because I don't like the first season was really just a guy like who got called up to jury duty and got called in this court, but he doesn't realize this is like a fake jury duty session. Everyone in there except him is a paid actor. And when I tell you, it gets ridiculous. And the funny thing is about this newest season, you can tell like the guy has no idea, and it's like he's trying so hard to like be a part of like the group, and he's really like putting his all in this role, and the whole time it's just a joke.
Right, I think I seen a. You know what? I think I seen a clip of that one. It was they were at the retreat. I haven't seen the show, but they were at the retreat, and some dude was like, "MLK is the goat of civil rights" or something. That clip is crazy.
We haven't gotten to that part yet, but there's just one girl on there who's like, you can tell she's got some sort of like social anxiety because she just keeps talking about like death, like basically like the CEO of the company is getting close to retiring and he's trying to pass it down, and like they get to retreat, and because she's like an IT person, and she gets there and she hears like, oh, is he by like the CEO stepping down? She's like, oh, is he dying? Everyone's like, no, what are you talking about? He just passed the company down. He's not dead. I don't think so. But no, that show was funny. And then watches me and Shay, we went to see this romantic comedy of You, Me, and Tuscany.
How was that? Because I've heard mixed reviews. I heard people say it was like terrible, and I've seen people say it's a 10 out of 10. So
I mean, I'm not really a romantic comedy type person, but I enjoyed the movie. And it's one of those movies you can't really put too much thought in. Like, of course, like in a normal world, someone can't just up and be like, I want to go to Italy because I ain't really got shit here, and it's been a family dream of mine. And she just get there with like you would think, because basically she's broke, like she ain't got no money. She's running off people. Like, how do you have?
How she get there?
Because her mom, I think in the movie, got her a ticket. So this is something that she's already had, but she just never went because, like basically her mom was sick, and that led to her like not wanting to cook because she had a passion about being a chef and all that. So they were just like, oh, we'd always want to go to Italy. Like we got to see. I went to culinary school. So it was like obviously it's like in reality, yes. If you go to some random ass different culture place, it don't even matter if it's in country. If I'm a Houston nigga and I go to in fucking Portland, Maine, they're gonna look at me crazy. Like I can't just up in there and be like, oh yeah, I'm about to start my life and everything's gonna be PG. So it's like if you take that out of it, because I feel like that's why I would think that's why a lot of people didn't like it, because they're like, this is too make believe.
Yeah.
But it's like those movies are meant to have some sort of magical realism in it. Like I'm not watching it psychoanalyzing the movie, thing like how like because then I'm taking myself out the movie, which is what I went in the movie with that kind of mindset. Well, like Dana, a lot of this movie is gonna be pretty hyperbolic, but it's about love, finding true love. Now, I would say the premise was kind of crazy because she meets this guy who's from Italy who has basically this, I won't say mansion of a house, but he has his own house, which is nice.
Pretty
in his
nice
own
crib.
plot of land. Like the nice crib and some nice land. And he's like, yeah, you know, but I ran away and like they was going to hand me the business and like I just up and left. But I think you should go though. So they end up, well, they didn't do anything that night. They just went to the same hotel together. I'm saying this whole movie right now. Wow. But anywho, it's like she gets his hair braided because she gets to like urge to do it from the guy who she met. I forgot his name. And then she goes there and basically like she has to pretend. The whole point of the movie is like she has to pretend he's this guy's wife so she doesn't get in trouble because she ends up going to Italy during this whole festival and she's like, they obviously, it was one of those things was like going to Houston during like peak rodeo season. Well, you already gonna find a place to live in, but it's like that's like going somewhere and they got a big ass festival and everyone knows, and it's like you really picked this time to come here with no sort of plan of housing or whatever. So she didn't have nothing. Then she gets this harebrained idea like, oh, well, he showed me a picture of his crib. I'm gonna just go there. Like, what could I? In a real world, yes, that's yes. That's exactly
she just appeared in front of his crib.
Yeah, now he wasn't there. He just, because he's still in America. Like they met in New York, so no one's there. But I guess he got people that take care of the house where it's like when she showed up, no one was there. But she wakes up in the morning and like here's people like working on the house. And then like here's homeboy's parents or like mom and grandma come in. So she's like, oh shit. So that's pretty much when the movie started. Well, I guess really is like the movie start when she meets essentially homeboy's brother.
Family. Oh, okay.
Well, family, and then she meets the brother and then really starts falling in love with the brother, but she's supposed to be play fiance with the other dude.
Oh,
so it's just, that's really where it gets interesting.
Okay, interesting.
But all that to say, because I probably said a lot of the movie already, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. You just can't go in there with like too much expectation of it being like reality. You're gonna be disappointed. So
yeah,
take that out your mind. You're gonna have a great time watching it.
Well, I mean, it's a comedy, but
exactly.
I guess one last thing that I did watch a movie too. I watched it's still in that spectrum, the drama. I watched that. So with Zendaya and Robert Pattinson, A24 film. Pretty much premise of it is they're about to get married and something comes up that's very dramatic. Well, to me it's not dramatic. So there's a point in the movie, right? Because you get to see them, you get a quick little montage of them, like when they first meet each other, and then it kind of goes through this montage, and then the rest of the movie is leading up to the wedding and after, like right after wedding, like hours after the wedding. Then the movie's done. Excuse me. But there's a point in the movie where they're deciding on like what food to get for the wedding. What decorations and all this stuff happens, and they're doing food tasting with their friends, right? And so they're food tasting, they're drinking wine with the caterer, and then they get to a point and they're just like, oh, so I forgot how the conversation got there, but one of the friends is like, well, what's the worst thing you've ever done? And then this is where it kind of gets interesting, but then also This movie does a real good job, in my opinion, on seeing how people react to how words are used in what context. Because pretty much they're talking about what they've done. What's the worst thing they've done? So the first guy, he says, who's the friend? He says, "Oh well, one of my old girlfriends. We were leaving. He's at a bar. They were leaving somewhere, right?" And he was like, "Well, I didn't really like her at the time, or we were about to break up, something in that sense." But more to put it short, he pretty much said it was just say a Rottweiler or a crazy dog. While we were walking back, I used her as a shield so the dog didn't bite me, and it apparently bit her or like attacked her a little bit more. And he was like, "That's the worst thing I've ever done." Right. So he used this girl as a human shield, right? Then yeah, he's crazy. So then it goes. I'm not gonna say that what Zendaya said because she went last, but Robert Pattinson went third. But I'm gonna say his because his was still kind of crazy. So he was like, "Oh, worst thing I done. He said I cyberbullied somebody," and they were like, "Oh, okay. So what did you do?" And he was like, "Well, I just said some things online," and then he started like saying more stuff, and then he was like, "And well, apparently him and his family moved because something," and they were like, was it in connection to the cyberbullying? He was like, "Well, I mean, it could be." And I was like, "Okay, okay,
you being pretty vague right now, nigga."
yeah." And then the wife of the friend, right? Mm-hmm. So the other guy, his wife, she goes, "Worst thing I've done is," she said, "Worst thing I've done is I locked somebody in a closet." They were like, "Oh, that's it?" And she was like, "Well," then she went to explain it. She said, "Oh well, one of my neighbors she was like, he's a weird kid. I think he was a little slow, but he kept wanting to show me like some place or whatever." So she was like one day I was bored, so I just went with him. And she was like, it was some random trailer in the woods near their houses or whatever. And she was like, "Oh, they opened it up and it was like extra dirty in there." And she was like, she pretty much put him in this like side closet in the trailer or whatever and like locked it. And then left while the kid was like yelling and screaming or whatever. And she was like, "Oh, I just left because I didn't know what to do." And so she was like, that same night, right? The parents of the neighbors came. They were like, "Have you seen our son XYZ?" And then she was like, "Oh," and then they ended up doing a search party, but they found him at least. And it was like a day later. And so, do you care about spoilers? Because
Not really about this movie.
So, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the drama, you can skip ahead to when we talk about Daredevil and everything else if you don't care. But pretty much Zendaya goes and she says, "Oh, they're like, what's the worst thing you done?" And she was like, "Well, back in I think like middle school." She was like, "Back in middle school, I was thinking about like shooting up my school." And then everybody's like, and then they were like, "Oh, you're joking." She was like, "No, I pretty much." She was like, "I pretty much was thinking about doing. I had the plan on doing it, but then I just stopped." And then she talked about this is after that fact, but you get to see how she got over that, and then kind of she got better, right? But in that instance, the way they all reacted, I was like, that shit not that serious.
Especially if she ain't even doing it. Like, it'd be different if she said the worst thing I ever done was shoot up a school. That you need was you don't need to be here because I'm calling the police. But
bro,
that's different. If you was like, "Oh, I thought about shooting up a school," that's like saying, "Oh, I thought about fucking." Like,
I thought about fighting this person.
Somebody. I thought about fighting this person. Like, okay, people have those kind of intrusive thoughts or extreme thoughts, but as long as you don't act on them.
Yeah.
Now, and she was close. She had a plan. It would even be more crazy if she said, "I thought about shooting up a school and I bought the gun that I was going to use to do it." That is some cause for pause.
Well,
because you was.
Hold on.
Oh, shit.
She did have the gun because her dad was in the army, but she didn't use it. But look, But look. This was my point when it come to words. The thing with it all was like, okay, granted, she had this plan and everything. She didn't do it because something happened that they talk about the story, and then she even goes on to being like a gun advocate of saying like, no, you shouldn't use guns and all this stuff. So I was like, okay, that's character development. The other three, I'm like, you acted on these things, right? But then you worded in a way to make it seem like less than what you did.
Yeah.
Because if you're talking to somebody, you said, oh, bro, I was hanging out with XYZ. I locked them in the closet, bro. You go to the person hearing that, they're gonna think, oh, these are two people that are friends or cordial with each other.
Yeah.
They've been playing around. You locked them in the closet. That's just some childish stuff. No, you didn't just lock him in the closet. You left. One. If you want to get technical, you can't really say that's kidnapping, but that's damn near kidnapping. And it's endangerment, and it's a lot of other stuff, right?
Like some behind the bars type shit.
Yeah, but you worded it as locked them in the closet.
We was just fucking around, what they do, like in the closet.
Yeah. And the thing that got me more upset was that the character, her name is Rachel. She was the most upset in the whole movie because she was like, well, my cousin. She said my cousin was got shot, and her cousin is paralyzed. But then you find out later on in the movie, the cousin, they show the cousin, and she was like, "Oh, I mean, we're a family." Cousin don't even fuck with her for real. I said, man, get this off my screen, bro. What are we talking about? But overall, long story short, we've been talking a minute about stuff. It was an interesting movie. I think it has a good dialogue on seeing how words are used, and yeah, it wasn't that serious, bro.
Nice. I had to check that out. I had to kidnap Shay and bring her to the movie. No, I'm playing. Not that kind of kidnapping. But speaking of kidnapping, we're gonna go ahead and get straight to Daredevil. Ain't really no kidnapping, but there was some between the last few episodes. Since we talked about it, there wasn't a lot of Dr. Glenn, but there was a lot of Bullseye. And
he don't miss.
He don't miss. There was some theories because there's a theory that he was about to hit her, but Kingpin was technically the one that killed Vanessa because he blocked the glass ornament trophy, and that's what ricocheted to Vanessa in the head, unless you believe Bullseye planned that.
I mean, he didn't plan that, but he don't miss, so it's gonna hit. Something on that piece was gonna hit regardless.
And now the scales are balanced. So that was a crazy scene. Even just the whole fight, because kind of going into that, and also just learning more. But there's a lot of things. One, the whole. What's his bodyguard name? Buck. That's a sick nigga.
Boy, when I tell you they showed one the backstory, and then when he had Lil Soprano in the car driving him, I thought one or two things. I thought one, he was gonna for sure just kill him regardless, even him saying all that stuff. Or I thought two, he had BB in the car in that trunk. That's why I thought when he kept saying prove it or like it's okay, I thought he was gonna open that trunk. It was gonna be BB. I was gonna be like, no.
I think one of these episodes is gonna get close. Like because I see him sensing, kind of turning more and more to that Kingpin dark side. Because you can tell he has a good heart, but he's just getting more and more tainted by just being around Kingpin and Buck. And Buck knows that, or knows like he's teetering a little bit, and like we can't have that over here in Death Row. You either in or you out, nigga. So you need to make a decision. And then just seeing Daredevil, and I really like the flashbacks, and even like the aspect ratio that changed to let the audience know you were in a flashback versus if you're watching like present day.
It went back to that Netflix ratio.
Yep. So just seeing that, and just seeing Bullseye and Daredevil kind of work, or just Daredevil, like not, he still doesn't fuck with Dex. For obvious reasons. You kill my best friend, nigga. Like, fuck you, nigga. Let's die. Like, but Dex is like, basically, Dex is like, yeah, but I'm crazy. He basically like, I'm crazy. Like,
Yeah,
like, I was crazy, and she, and then Vanessa took advantage of that, which is why your boy's dead. I'm sorry. Like, I was just the bullet, and Vanessa was the one that was carrying the gun.
exactly. Yeah, and I kind of like that dialogue too, because even at the end of it, Dex was saying, like, look, I did it. I balanced the scale, but at the same time, I'm still gonna do whatever the fuck I want to do. And it's probably gonna be more people I kill. So, I mean, it is what it is. We're playing on different sides of a coin. So,
I'm also glad that they didn't do the Marvel thing and like kill him off, and, like let him die, or just leave him
because
there.
you know why? I was so scared because we just released the reel where I was like, he a great character, and I was sure thought they was killing him. Bro. I was in distress every time they was walking. I said, please make it somewhere, bro.
Please.
I said, please.
And then I'm just ready for either Daredevil or Dex to go crazy on that one Officer Powell from the task force. I need him gone. Like, he's so annoying. He's so terrible. Terrible is like, I just do not like that character at all.
I hate his character.
Him
bro.
and his fucking Sam Wilson dude. Yeah. I don't even remember that happening.
I don't remember that. That had to be that might have been I can only think of it being the episode where Frank blew up that ship or whatever. He blew up some shipyard or something. I remember that. So it may have been that episode. That's the only time I remember some big fire.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need that boy gone. I need him gone how I need Dr. Glenn gone. We got one out, Vanessa gone. We got a few more that need to get packed up.
Yeah, because right now they got 3 more episodes left, I believe. And still I feel like still a lot of plot to clean up.
Yeah.
Almost.
I feel like, yeah, because they got to do, if anybody discovers BB, they got to do, if they do anything else with White Tiger, or if they leave it kind of alone, they can still do a little bit more with that. Still got Dr. Glenn and Muse, that thing going on. We still got, obviously the task force, and then the big one is we know Kingpin about to blow up this next episode. So seeing how he do that, I know he killing somebody. If he not killing that doctor, he might kill that doctor.
The doctor's not making it out that hospital, and someone else get it, because I feel like the open plots that still need to be closed up. I think like by the time of Brand New Day is, I don't believe Kingpin. We know Kingpin's not going to be married by that time. So how does he lose that position? Probably doing some doing some Kingpin shit, just killing somebody, or just raging out, crashing out.
And we know the governor don't like him because she said that to Vanessa face.
And then the Muse Dr. Glenn kind of storyline, like, where does that go? Because I feel like you don't really have to bring back White Tiger. I feel like they kind of closed that chapter once she went off and dropped off that SD card or whatever sort of storage to their homeboy, and like she's kind of all doing her own thing. And then the Jessica Jones, we still haven't seen her yet.
True, she was in the trailer, so she got to be. If she's not in the next episode, she's getting the last 2.
So that, and then how that probably sets up season 3. Where does Matt Murdock end up? Because he's either making it out alive or they gonna find that nigga and he gonna be in jail.
You know, that's a theory. Some people have got a theory that if he appears in Brand New Day, that he gonna be just getting out of like jail or wherever they gonna hold him, and he gonna have that full
where
beard.
the hand ninjas rat and
yeah, he got that full beard Daredevil look.
That'd be crazy.
So that's I see that's one. I can't speak. I saw that was one theory so far.
Yeah, but all in all, there like it's picking up, but there's still like so much plot left, and I'm very interested. Like these last few episodes are gonna either feel so jam packed, or there's still gonna be some. My fear is like there's still gonna be some story left, which might not be a bad thing because that will give us something to look for. But I just want to make sure by the end, by the season finale, and even by the Punisher special presentation, how do those things set up Brand New Day and then possible like Daredevil season 3?
Yeah, I just need a little direction on where to go. You don't got to give me the full meal or the full A through Z. Just give me at least A to E. Show me the direction you're going, and I'm good with that.
But speaking of direction, we're getting a lot of. There's only one direction that Thrag's going, and it's to Earth. So jumping into Invincible,
I choose death.
We don't even need to get into the whole episode, just more so Thrag, because this is when we really first see Thrag unleash. We see the backstory of Emperor Argon, which I think, shout out to Robert Kirkman for casting Frank
Megatron.
Frank Walker's voice actor as Megatron for Emperor Argon. That was amazing.
As soon as I heard him, I stood up in my seat. I said, "Hey, Megatron!" I said,
but I thought that was like a really good voice casting, and it showed us a lot of different things because with Emperor Argon dying and Thrag just kind of becoming Grand Regent, we know that there's still like an heir or like a descendant of Argon out there somewhere. That Thrag, he knows. I don't believe he knows who it is.
Yeah,
I think it's Nolan and Mark in them, which is why he didn't kill them. Well, one of the reasons why he didn't kill him, another reason, like they said at the end of the episode, was like, we already down to like 5 niggas, or like at least 5 plus whoever's on these other planets. So we can't keep killing ourselves.
Yeah, that would kind of explain why, one, like you said, why he didn't kill him and why they were so adamant all the time with Nolan. They're like, "No, we taking you back." With every other Viltrumite, they like, "Nah, we gotta kill you right now."
Just so, yeah, I think Nolan and his family are like the last descendants of Argon's line. Because, like you said, this man committed the ultimate act of treason. He's siding with the man that killed Emperor Argon, and you just gonna forgive him for everything. I don't even think Nolan realized like who his ancestors are.
Nah. Well, you see how his parents jumped him. They jumped him and left. They ain't talked about nothing before.
No. They probably didn't. They didn't talk with their mouth. They talk with their hands.
They talk and do this.
You saw this shit, you were done. That's death.
Yeah, man. Thrag, overall, that episode was just crazy because you already kind of said it was just seeing him go to work and then at the same time not break a sweat. The whole fighting, everything, he did not break a sweat. And that just makes it even crazier to think, how are they going to beat him? Because we know Viltrumites get a little stronger after each time they fight, kind of like Saiyans. it's not as a big of a boost, but they get stronger. So at this point, hey, they're gonna have to damn near almost kill Mark about 100 more times. Then maybe he can hold a candle to her.
Maybe, just maybe. And it's like Thrag. I don't mean to but like Thrag is basically over 1,000 years old, and he was bred from birth to be this ultimate fighting warrior.
That's why his lineup's so clean.
Exactly. He looks, because I think in Viltrumite like lore, the more someone fights and like the more their body is hardened, they slow in age as they get older. So they're like functionally immortal.
They was punching him in the face and he came out the womb.
Could you imagine? You come out to the world big. Gut check.
That nigga didn't see light when he first came out. He saw a fist.
Like, let's make sure this nigga breathing.
Man, I'm really interested to see how Cecil reacts, because one, Cecil, I don't like Cecil. All this is on him. Not everything, but a lot of this is on him. So it's gonna be funny to see his reaction when them 30, 40, well, it's probably like 30 son Viltrumites left, 40 maybe, pull up. That's gonna be his reaction. I'm gonna be so happy. I can't wait. I can't wait to see that reaction.
Because they're gonna get to Earth and they're gonna fuck it up. And then you saw everyone's reaction, kind of jumping around the episode a little bit. Like when Mark came. First of all, let's backtrack. Oliver, you need to sit your ass down.
I didn't bring him up because he there's no reason to even talk about that bum.
But,
bro, dude. I was talking to Jax. I said Oliver. If I had to think about sports terms, Oliver is like Eli Apple.
Yeah,
he getting beat on the route. You doing all this talking, getting beat on the route, getting exposed. Now you don't got no job. Like, come on, man. Oh, Oliver is garbage. It's not even that he's garbage. It's just he talk. He just a liar.
Like he did some shit. And it's like, no, you did it.
He's just a liar.
Conquest almost killed you twice. Drag just took your mouth off. He's like, I don't fuck with this talking. He just backhanded your mouth off. And then speaking of backhand, like Drag didn't even, like you said, barely to sweat. He backhanded Mark to the fucking Viltrumite body's ring. And the way he was doing Nolan, man, that's disrespectful.
Bro.
Like how does a fist generate that much force
in space
to make a vortex?
He was airbending.
This nigga was airbending loaded up.
Nigga created
this dude was doing a Super Smash Bros. Power punch.
Bro.
Like, oh my gosh. And then the scene where, first of all, Space Racer, he's the only one that can really say some shit. Even Battle Beast can't really be talking. Like, he did little damage. But that Space Racer very lucky he got that fucking Glock 19.
He got
that ray gun.
He got that mouse couture. He got God damn.
Man, that's like literally talk about one shot. I wouldn't even have had him. Well, they probably would have found him anyway. But like, if I was Space Racer or like my tag, it would be like, go by like he'd be the sniper. Just hide behind some asteroid and start sniping niggas. there was a TikTok I seen where it was that why am I forgetting this actor's name or this rapper's name? It was I said dark skinned dude who was stuttering and shit. It was a fucking Breakfast Club interview and he was saying like he gonna get caught like this. Yeah, no, because he was like, the interview was him saying, if a nigga try to reach for my chain, he gonna get caught like this. He gonna get caught like this. So he was literally leaving Bill Tremaine's car, grabbing at him. Which I thought was hilarious. Black youngster. I'm like, black youngster. He was here. Yeah. I was like, why am I forgetting his name? But yeah, Space Race was doing damage. Even when he came in with the fucking yeah, they was going crazy. And then I had to ask Jazz, I'm like, I feel like they nerfed Tech Jacket, or like there's no way she's just Tech Knight. She wasn't really, or wasn't really doing that.
I think I haven't checked and I haven't asked them. I feel like she's doing just as much damage as probably the comic. She might be doing more. I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
I'm like, you just got in the way.
She need to be at home with Oliver. They both need to be doing homework. They don't need to be in this field.
No.
They don't need to be in this war zone.
All that really need to be here was Nolan, Mark, and Datus and Space Racer.
Yeah.
And I mean, Alan, he can hold his own. Everyone was just getting jumped. That's the thing. Everyone was getting jumped.
Alan never fight one-on-one.
No, he doesn't.
I don't know why.
They be jumping him.
It'd be funny too because he be talking. He's like one of the few people that be talking. He's like, whoa. They just be
dude, he never get a fair fight. But that really to show how strong he actually is. I mean, he's holding off like 2 Viltrumites at a time. And in battle, he's going to work. But that scene where they basically turned Planet Viltrumite into Planet Namek.
Yeah. Bro, I said the exact same thing. I said, bro, this is Frieza all over again. Niggas fight in space. Blew that bitch up in front of him.
And I think that's really what broke Thrag. Because Thrag already knew, like, Thrag wasn't even really trying to, like, kill them. He just was trying to, like, get them away and knew, like, as long as I got home or here, like, I don't think he knew Thetis would go that low.
It wasn't even to that point. It was Nolan. It was Nolan crazy ass saying with me, and you even see Mark like, we actually about to do this.
Doing this?
And the
Thetis was like, hell yeah, listen, let's ride.
The crazy thing is, I fully believe even if they blew up the planet, if they saved that damn skull, Thrag wouldn't have beat their ass that bad. I think if they saved that dusty skull that Thrag loved to hold, because that was the equivalent of him losing his PS5. They blew up his crib and they took his game system.
In his game.
It was over then.
Over before it even started. And like you just seen the tears in his eyes.
Literally.
And it's just like the way he literally shot like a cannonball to Thetis. Like he grabbed her just head off. I was like,
bro, I didn't expect it to be that fast, bro.
I didn't expect it to be that fast either.
When that happened, I said, oh, fuck. I said, this nigga's strong.
I thought he was going to do that Viltrumite special and kind of keep him, like, just impale him a little bit and just whisk him away, but he's still, like, a lot. Like, he's, like, basically what's how he did Nolan. And because you saw, he was like, I was too quick with Thetis. I'm taking my time with your ass, nigga. Pause.
He didn't know his own strength, and that's scary.
Oh my God. So like, yeah, he's gonna be a problem for the whole show. Really, like this will be the strongest person they'll ever go against. I don't know how they prepare for this. As of right now, he's untouchable. You ain't touching him; he touching you. But pause.
Now another superhero show. The last superhero show we gotta talk about today, The Boys. So far, The Boys season 5.
Yes,
right?
season finale.
Season 5. We are on episode
3.
Okay, yeah. So episode 3. Some things that we are seeing more of this episode. Well, let me jump back to episode 2. Episode 2, quick overview. We're dealing with the virus again more. We find out who is it? Huey, the boys, their team. They meet up with I always could forget his name, bro. Juan Carlo.
Stan Edgar.
Yeah. They meet up with Stan.
It was good seeing him again.
Yeah.
I know he didn't die, but I'm glad we get to see him.
Well, he was in we know he was in
Gen V.
Gen V. Because he's at the end of Gen V. Yeah, so and that's another thing. I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place, but I'm interested to see when they bring in Marie Moreau and
I was just about to say that because I like right now they're like really hell bent on this virus and all this, but it's like with Homeboy gone and basically no real way outside of Frenchie to make the virus. I think this is when we start seeing them, even with finding like V1. I think this is all going to boil down to them, like Marie Moreau, and because at the end of this latest season of Gen V, she's basically an Omega level soup. So she's the only one that can touch Homelander that they believe.
That's another thing I wanted to bring up because when they said, so in episode 2, for everybody that knows, we see the virus release. They use it on Soldier Boy. Spoiler alert: that nigga wakes up and he's not dead after dying. He recovers from it, but. And I know they go on to say he has V1 and he's a different, practically, if you have V1, you're a different level of soup. I could have sworn in Gen V, they said Marie Moreau and Homelander were practically like the next level of soup and they were the only ones. So that's why when they were like, Soldier Boy is on V1, I was like, for a second, I couldn't remember if Marie Moreau and Homelander had V1 as well.
Yeah, they might not have V1, but they might have like V2. that tier right below it. Because I remember that.
But you remember that, right?
Yeah. Because we talked about it on here.
We're talking about her. They were like, you're classified as a different level of soup. And I don't remember the wordage. I remember it was near the end of the season.
Yeah. That's why we was like saying like Homelander and Marie Moreau, I'm butchering her last name, I already know it. Marie are like Omega level soups. Because Stan Edgar was the one that basically said it in that season. Mm-hmm. So I'm very interested to see how they square this circle when they introduce her. Because I'm not going to go out on a limb and say she has V1. I don't think anyone does outside like that original Soldier Boy and that
those
people that they said. Which you kind of think, I'm like, because jumping back, when he died and got that, I was like, fuck, they not fucking around. Like, they on some last season shit. And then when he woke up, I thought he was going to be like, pretty much a zombie, like a black noir, unspeakable, like someone that just didn't speak
and just do orders
and was just just do orders and was just disfigured, like just a compound V zombie essentially. But then, and I almost thought they went into that in like that third episode where they showed him and he was clean. which I was shocked about. But then like he wasn't saying nothing. Like Homelander was kind of speaking for him. Then he started talking like what?
For a second, I thought it was a flashback. I was like, am I looking at Homelander like hallucinate again? I was like, what is going on?
I thought it was too. And then them showing like basically Soldier Boy having the original super soldier serum. like Captain America. He's the only one with the purest form of that serum, and can't nobody else get it. You got Abominations, quite literally. Then you got the Hulks. You got fucking Wolverine, technically. And yeah, kind of going back into the boys universe, it's like you just iterations of that V1, which is how you get people like Homelander and Marie Monroe. So like I feel like in this kind of make a Marvel boys comparison. I really think like Homelander's like the Century almost. Well, like because like Robert, he got that like basically golden century like super soldier serum, which made him this all powerful being, but also gave him schizophrenia, which personified it to the void, which is essentially what Homelander is.
Nah, that nigga just crazy.
Yeah.
he don't got schizophrenia. That motherfucker is insane. Bro, in the episode when he was bathing in that breast milk, I said, this is the most...
That is just disgusting.
This is up there with one of the most disgusting, unhinged things they have put on my screen. And if you know the boys, they put some wild shit on your screen.
Wild shit.
That took the cake. I said, what? And then when he put his hand in there, it's just like...
He just started real like, you nasty nigga, you sick nigga. That's what these do. That's what they do. Grimy ass nigga, man.
What made it funnier is when Soulja Boy walked in and said, "What the fuck?" Soulja Boy
is just so freaked out about him. Like he's so weirded out by him. It's like,
bro, that's why he was scared when he woke him up. He was like, "Did you fuck me?"
He probably still don't believe him. He probably still believe like, yeah, this nigga touched me in some way. I just
a
don't
weird
believe.
kink.
It's just some sick joke.
Nah, bro, I'm really interested.
Yeah,
to see how they
is like, because I don't think they're gonna keep going back to that virus. Because if they know now, it basically works on every other suit. And then you see Ryan kind of come back into play, which did he? No, he's alive still, but
he's alive. He got the Invincible treatment. He got the Nolan treatment from Homelander. He beat him half to death.
Yeah. So Ryan, because it's like a few things, but Homelander is just becoming more and more invincible. No pun intended. But if he get this V1, oh my goodness, he's already like, he's already like just this crazy ass dude. I'm damn near stuttering. Like he ain't got no flaws, no weaknesses, literally no kryptonite. And outside of his emotions, like if you bully him enough, he's gonna break. That's the only thing that really hurts him is his pride. Because people, and you see it in these last few episodes when A-Train did it to him, you can see that like physically hurt him.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Soulja Boy was basically shit talking him too, like you're a disappointment, like I'm disgusted that you're technically my son. And like that hurt Homelander. So it's that's Reno a way to do some damage to him. But you can't put that in a virus. So
Yeah, they need something. I guess my predictions for who gonna die I think it's still the same. I know for sure Butcher gone. I still don't even know how he's still alive. I think Huey gonna die. Starlight, she gonna die. She too emotional right now. She not too
yeah,
emotional, but she's like, I don't know. She don't know what she want to do anymore. She too conflicted with everything, so she gonna die. I think most of the rest, Firecracker, she gonna die. Her heart already failing. I think Soldier Boy might die. I think he probably if he don't die, he just gonna be like, bro, I'm just gonna live my life however I want to and just go off somewhere.
Yeah.
Only people I really don't want to die is Frenchie and Kimiko. But I think Frenchie at this point, I think Frenchie gonna die too. After that dialogue Kimiko had, I think Kimiko might be the only one that live. MM gonna die for sure.
I think also like MM's actor. Cause my dad watches up. I don't know. I hope this is not the case, but he's definitely smaller, and I hope it's not because of.
It's not. He talked about it already. He said it was just because he's like 50 something. He's like in his 50s or almost 60. He was just like, I didn't want to keep all that weight on, so I wanted to feel healthy, so I lost weight. It's nothing. No, it's no like health thing. He just lost weight.
Basically did.
Like, I don't want to hold on all this weight right now.
Batista.
Yeah. So yeah, it's nothing.
That's good.
Bad.
Good for him, man. But especially with this being the last season, storylines got to close, and we know this is the boys, so they're going out very bloody, very bloody. Everyone is not making it out alive.
Yeah.
Get that in y'all's head right now. If you think that full team of the boys is gonna come out in one piece, no.
It might just be that Bulldog.
Yeah, it might just be terrible.
Because the only people I think are guaranteed, and even them, I don't feel like all of them are guaranteed, is like the Gen V people. Because they have they have one more season of Gen V, but we know, I feel like Marie's going for sure live. I think it's really just seeing who from the boys they carry over into Gen V. And I feel like the only real character I could see them bringing over potentially is maybe Sage, as to kind of be like the last antagonist to them, just because she's so smart. But
yeah,
and maybe the Deep. I feel like they'll troll and keep the Deep alive as like the last member of the 7 that lives, which I would not like, but I can see them doing that.
Yes, but that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get into our like a little redacted. We don't have much, just have a few things, but first one being the trailer for the Punisher one-shot special presentation released. And we like, love, or redact this trailer.
I will say love. It was a very nice trailer. It didn't give me too much. Still don't know who or what group he's fighting.
I think the main group is this like crime organization called Minucci, because I think this takes place like immediately after this Daredevil Born Again season and like right before Spider-Man Brand New Day. So what I believe is going to happen is Kingpin goes down as mayor. He's not dying, but like he's just not going to be mayor. So that means like basically a power vacuum in New York. Hence why New York is rioting right now. But you see all the people in the place that Frank is in just going crazy. You're seeing kids getting kidnapped, mass people going off. So Frank is just trying to clean up the streets pretty much.
Bought a street sweeper to clean up the streets. That's what Frank listened to. That is on Frank's playlist.
Yeah. But the next one, so CinemaCon just passed, and there was a trailer. There's some more footage from that CinemaCon about the Avengers Doomsday trailer that showed Some kind of confirming the pretty much costume that we're going to see from Doomsday, and then just more footage from there. One of them being like a fight. It's like another trailer, like a fight scene with Thor and Doctor Doom, which, oh my lord.
Ooh.
That's with Stormbreaker, mind you. So this is essentially Thor Thanos 2.0, seeing how this goes. And then there's a scene in there, or a clip from that footage that they showed at CinemaCon where it was a fight between Shang-Chi and Gambit. That's going to be a clean-ass fight. Seeing like all the other teams together with the X-Men kind of talking with the Thunderbolt / New Avengers now. Oh, no, not the X-Men, but the Fantastic Four kind of talking to them. So a lot of teams coming together. X-Men fighting Avengers. So we're really going to see that on air, which I think is going to be very exciting. And almost, I think it's going to kind of fuel my theory about how we get mutant hate in the MCU, because there's not a lot of mutants in the MCU, so people don't even know that they exist.
Mm-hmm.
So we love or redact this news and this footage.
I'll say love, and I'm just still kind of shocked that nobody has leaked that trailer. That means one of two things. And I think that means one of two things. They either patted everybody down on some TSA, like put your hands up while we scan you type deal, or they made them sign something. They said, if you break this, you are going to jail. And we will find you. The mouse will find you. They told them something before that trailer was shown. Because this is the first time in a long time at any convention they show a trailer and it's not leaked like same day or next day.
So they was very thorough, because there were a lot of panels that showed. It was the Sony panel where they were talking about the Brand New Day movie and the Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse movie with Miles Morales. So yeah, nothing, no leak of footage outside of just people talking about what they seen or what was shown. And also people being careful about what they did see in those movies, out there, videos being taken down. So with that being said, I don't know if we had any other like the redacted, but we will go ahead and get into that infamous bag. Please drop the music.
Yeah, bitch, I'm in my bag, bag, bitch, I just made a bag, bag, bitch, I just made a bag of beef, bag.
All right, so for this week's Get in Our Bag question is going to be a blind ranking. So you're going to be blind ranking 5 random MCU characters.
Okay.
So first one, we're going to go with Yelena.
Yelena Belova. I think it's safe to put her at 4. I'm interested to see who you have next.
Okay. So you got Yelena at 4. So next character we have is Shang-Chi.
I like Shang-Chi a little more than Yelena, but they kind of do the same things. Just one got rings. So I put Shang-Chi at 3.
Okay, next character is Wonder Man.
Oh, man. He's either going one or two places. I really love how they did Wonder Man. And another mutant. We love black mutants in the MCU. So I'm going to put him at... Oh my gosh, this might be a little too high, but I'm going to put him at 2.
Okay.
Give me 1 and 5 left.
Next character you have is Gambit.
Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself here. He's number 1. I don't care who's next. I'd be very damned if he was any lower than 1, especially with how they did him in Deadpool. So.
Okay, and last character is your favorite character. We got Wong.
Yeah, I played this right. He if there was 10, he'd be 10. Like I'd be very angry if that was any higher than 5. So I think I made a good list. Personally.
I wanted you to put Shang-Chi or one of them at 5 so bad. As soon as you did, I was gonna say Wong next.
Oh my gosh.
Let us know what y'all think of Dana's list.
And
that's the only one I got.
with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into our final segment, our redacted rule. We thank you guys again for tuning in with us for another episode. And for this episode's redacted rule for me, my redacted rule would be just to do the work. Do the work for yourself, for others. If you know there's areas that you're lacking in, whether that's mentally, physically, emotionally, you got to understand the work, but you got to do the work. So that would be my redacted rule.
And my redacted rule is clean up. You got something that's dirty in the crib, just clean. Put some time aside. People say they don't got 30 minutes or an hour to do something, but they can scroll on their phone for 30 minutes or an hour. Just take that time, clean up, clear your mind, and then get back to what you need to do.
Exactly. With that being said, it's been your boy, Nana Dane.
It's been your boy, Wafiq.
And we out.
Peace.
Recipes call me, I'ma show 'em how to shoot. On the 4-5, jump in the ass, my crew. Yeah, step with a fat, keep it all of the hoes on mute. Pull up part, could be yellow with a brew. 48 for a quick burns. Crazy 8s in the back, yeah, the trunk on hot like a cube. 40 on me when I'm in the backseat. Blotter, paper pre-cut. Chris make juice, it'll drop like ink. Chain came with a clean plate, came with a sink. The Perator came with a mate. Charcoal's white like paint. My hoe by the hoe, cause you know it's my king. Hit on my side, cause I drop a song. Think you should hit up the link. The phenotype came from the pink, Colombian thing. Yeah, the genetics unique. Cellular right on the beat. I'm teaching the hoe like I'm Play-Doh. I got the veggies like by the tomato. You got a basic hoe making Alfredo. I put a bag on hold my payroll. I get active and then I lay low. The salmon was breaded with